Halloween's just passed. Halloween's over. The scary boogeyman and all the rest of it is over. It's time of the year when we try to scare ourselves with ghost stories and all the like. I remember the child used to love it. And the child, as a child I was growing up, they used to have the old Ealing horrors on TV, and you'd have Peter Cushing as Dracula, and you'd have Frankenstein. Yeah, I loved all them. They're great. When your kid was amazing. And then you grow up and you suddenly realize that the monsters are much more banal. They hide in plain sight. You know what I mean? They don't have bolts in their neck or pointy teeth. They pass among us as upright bastions of probity. Some of them wearing priestly garments. Others handmade suits. Such a monster is Pedo Prince Andrew, whose story continues to unravel. This is what I said about him a couple of weeks ago when they stripped him of just some of his titles. Well, there was some justice this week after emails sent by Randy Prince Andy to the paedophile Epstein were released. You're going to be shocked with this. Turns out that while Andy had steadfastly argued he had broken all contact with Epstein in the now infamous Mateless interview, it was discovered he had not only continued to be in contact with a convicted paedophile, but had told Epstein in an email, "We're in this together." This was the final straw that broke the camel's back, and Andy's dressing up box in his palace has been further reduced, with him being forced to give up his titles, including the Order of the Garter, the oldest and most senior order of chivalry in Britain, because Andy cannot be called chivalrous. Do you understand that his one name cannot be attached to that wee bastard? That he will continue to be referred to as a prince will no doubt catch now in the throat of any decent person with a misfortune to come into contact with him. The alleged pedo in the palace is on his way out the door. Well, wouldn't you know it, thankfully, the people who have the misfortune of actually bumping into that example of human excrement, well, they won't have to bite their tongues and call him Prince, because they've taken that off him. That's now gone too. He's no longer Prince Andrew. From now on, he's to be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, or you can shorten that to Ponce. Right? Better still, he's been unceremoniously kicked out of his 30-room palace, the Royal Lodge, and will no doubt be hidden away in some wee cottage away in the back of one of the king's many estates, such as Sandringham. It's interesting for me that this flurry of activity came immediately after the unthinkable happened during the week, and King Charles was heckled by a member of the public as he was doing a walkabout.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? What do you think? Should the MPs be allowed to debate the lawyers in the House of Commons?
I have no doubt that old Charlie went straight back into his limo, sat down and said, "Camilla, fuck this, that wee bastard has to go." But the question is, why did it take this long for the royal family to act and do what was obviously the right thing? You know, after all, we've all seen the image of him with his arm around a teenage girl who he was accused of raping, who his mommy paid tens of millions to, so he didn't have to go to court. Well, and more important, we've saw what looked like a pedo party, a gaggle. I don't know what do you call it? A collection of pedophiles, bastards, pretty much. But there's the picture. You've got Epstein, you've got Weinstein, and you had Maxwell. And we knew it was a birthday party, 18th birthday party for Andrew's daughter, Beatrice. What we didn't know to this week was it was held in his royal lodge. It was held in the Grace and Favour mansion he had been given. A mansion which he only paid what was something called a peppercorn rent for, which for those plebs means just a couple of quid to make it look right. Now, another possible reason for the removal of both his title and residence could be that Andrew's mansion and how he was paying or not paying for it was drawing unwelcome attention into the somewhat shady world of royal wealth.
Tonight, what Charles and William aren't telling you about their secret millions.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for paying your rent every now and then.
Their private estates, the Duchies of Lancaster and Cornwall, make Charles and William £50 million a year. But they have repeatedly refused to reveal exactly which properties they own.
Can we have a report on the list of properties?
I don't see why.
And details of how these estates make their staggering profits and from where have remained secret until now.
Wow.
Now, if you want to watch that full Channel 4 documentary, you can look it up on YouTube. It's called The King, the Prince, and Their Secret Millions. Now, it's obviously a bit late in the day, but at least the royals are dealing with their Andrew. Unlike the Labour Party and Starmer, who continue to refuse to hold Peter Mandelson to account, a man who was every bit as friendly with that pervert. Yes, he was sacked as ambassador to the US, but he still retains a seat in the House of Lords. And why does he continue to be a member of the Labour Party?
Excuse me, Lord Mandelson, sir, did you tell Keir Starmer everything about the nature of your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Was there full disclosure about your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein before you were appointed ambassador? Did you tell Keir Starmer everything? Did you leave anything out? So can you clear up for us, how many times did you visit Jeffrey Epstein?